Hi, welcome back. All you need today is your mat and a pair of light weights, anything from 1 to 5 pounds. Let's get it. Let's start by massaging your back on the floor to make sure you really feel your tailbone pressing down. So thinking of your tailbone pressing into the ground, and you're also going to press your feet hard into the floor too. That's going to really stabilize you and help you build off the ground. Keeping your elbows pulled back and you pressing hard into your feet, can you start to lift your chest, your neck, your shoulders, and your head off of the floor to get into crunches? So as you're moving through this, you're thinking of exhaling your whole way up and inhaling on your way down. Continuing to press through your feet, lifting from your chest. So sometimes your neck could hurt when you're doing crunches. That is a telltale sign that you are using your neck to get up, and you're not going to do that. You're going to lift from your chest. So continue to pull your shoulders back. Think of squeezing your shoulder blades together, keeping your elbows spread apart, going east and west. And every single time that you lift, you press harder into your feet. You lift higher from your chest. Now let's bring that right leg up, bring your right hand onto it, and continue with your crunches. You're still pressing very hard into your left foot, and now you're pressing really hard into your right hand. You can take that left arm forward in front of you. If you're able to, if your neck is still hurting, you can take that left hand back behind you and support your head. Now straighten that right leg up to the ceiling. Take your hands on either side of your leg and continue with your crunches. Every time you lift, you exhale, lowering down in 3, 2, and 1. Lift your left leg up. Same thing on this side. Pressing your left palm into your left knee, digging hard into your right foot, lifting from your chest as you exhale. Feel your belly button digging deep into your spine every single time you lift. If you want to raise that right arm, take it out straight. You'll notice more contraction in your core. Straighten out the left leg. Continue to crunch. Keep pressing into your right foot. We're dropping down in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Grab your ball. We're going to go into sit-up. So straighten out your legs fully onto the ground. Press hard into the back of your legs. Get your belly button drilling into your spine. Engage your back to lift from your chest, your head, your shoulders, reaching for your toes. Now, the first couple, you'll notice that I'm lifting my heels off the floor, and that's okay. You're going to start to tell yourself, I can't do that. So really try your hardest to not let them lift. If they do lift, it's totally fine. We work through it, and with time, we'll get to a point where we have all of our engagement in our core, and we won't have to lift from our legs at all. Now, a good modification you can take is taking your feet down to the floor and bending at your knees. Try to keep your feet like 1 or 2 inches away from your knees. That way you're really pressing through your feet and keeping a good control in your core. Y'all, I'm struggling with these. So take your time. You take as long as you need to get up. Just make sure you're really lifting from your core and you are not using momentum. We do not want to just lift ourselves up. There is intention with it. You are exhaling as you lift, and 1 vertebrae at a time you are lowering down. So think of starting from your tailbone at the top, and then 1 vertebrae at a time, ending at your bra strap to lower down, reach back behind you. Press your heels hard into the floor to make sure those legs do not lift, if they're able to. Let's lower down in 3, 2, and 1. Rock yourself up for a boat pose. So bring your knees a little higher than your hips, holding. Now your legs can stay longer. You can have a little bend in them. We're going to go from a teaser 1 to a teaser 2. So that means you're going to have your knees bent. And then when you lean back, can you straighten your legs out? Having your arms go forward in front of you is a good support. You can keep your arms straight up to the ceiling the entire time, or this really helps engage the core and the arms and everything together. So stay with me with these arms as well. Now bend at your knees. Think of dipping your toes into the pool. You're going to bend the knees and extend the legs. Think of a leg extension. Tapping your toes into cold water and then saying, ugh, let's do cold, and you lift them back up to the ceiling. You're squeezing from the front of your thighs. You can bring your arms up to the ceiling for more support. Keep pulling your belly button into your spine. Bring your arms down to your side and start to pulse, pulse, pulse. Exhale every single time we drop in 3, 2, and 1. Let's get into a reverse plank. So turn your wrist around so your fingers point forward to the wall in front of you. Your feet dig hard into the ground, and and lift your hips as high as you can. Keep your core tight and your glutes tight, and keep pressing your feet very, very hard into the ground. Pull your shoulders back, press into your palms, and let's do marches. You're gonna bring your right knee into your chest by lifting the foot off the floor and alternate. Whatever foot stays on the ground is what grounds you, so really dig into that foot that stayed behind as the other knee comes into your chest. Belly button continues to drill into your spine as you switch. Keep pulling your shoulders back and finding that long, slow breath as you move. In about 5 seconds, we're gonna turn around and get into a plank. Let's try to stay up in 3, 2, and 1. Turn around, start to take yourself into a plank. Get there seamlessly. Shoulders in line with wrist, belly button drilling into your spine, and start to step your feet out. Right foot goes to the right 3 or 4 inches, and then left foot goes out to the left. You're pushing out from your outer glutes, keeping your core tight and your hips 1 or 2 inches above your shoulders. When you start to feel yourself sinking to the floor, say, no, I need to get higher, and then lift your hips a lot higher. In 10, can you stay on your toes, drop down onto your elbows, keep your core tight, we're gonna pulse the hips. In 3, 2, and 1. Drop down onto your elbows, one at a time. Keep your belly button drilling into your spine and start to pulse your hips up and down. As you pulse, can you exhale every single time your hips press down to the floor? Stay with me. We're going to do these a little longer, but stay on your toes. I promise you will get a break right after this. Stay with it. You're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 2.5, 1. Okay, go ahead and drop. Get into a quick child's pose, stretch it out, and then grab your weight. If you have a ball like me, it might feel more comfortable, but if you have a regular weight, just try to put that between your knees some way, somehow. Tuck your toes. We're going to get into knee taps. So take your hands in line with your shoulders. Belly button drills into your spine. Press into your toes and your palms to lift your knees off the floor, and then bring your hips down to guide your knees back down to the floor. So you're lifting and dropping here. As you're lifting and dropping, you're gonna notice your lower belly, your lower abdomen really engaging. Pull it tighter into your spine. Think of pulling your belly button into your spine as you lift and drop your knees. Keep your eye gaze looking at maybe something 1 or 2 inches in front of your hands, and really control this nice and slow. Notice how slow I'm moving. Now come up, hold for 3, 2, 1, lower back down, continue with your taps. Tap and lift. Keep pulling your belly button into your spine. We're dropping in 3, 2, and 1. Take it back. All right, get onto your elbows. We're in a plank, jumping jack planks. Let's get it. Jump both feet out at the same time and jump them back in. Get your hips a little higher than your shoulders for that support. Press into your forearms. It helps. Keep pulling your belly button into your spine. And if you need that support, come up onto your hands. That's going to make it a little easier for you. We're dropping down in 3, 2, and 1. Okay, grab your weight, stand on your left knee, straighten out your right leg to the side. We're gonna get into oblique reaches, so we're gonna work the right oblique right now. Grab your weight overhead. You're going to press into your right foot, your left knee, keep your spine really long, and reach over to the left side of the room, pulling yourself back from the right side of your belly. So we have 2 obliques. We have a right side and a left side. Let's pull back up from that right side. And as you're reaching over to the left, make sure you're not changing the position of your hips. So think of your left hip being frozen and stuck against a wall. You cannot shift your hips at all when you're doing this. In about 5, we're going to come center and get into a single leg squat in 3, 2, and 1. Stay center. Now sit your hips back like you're doing a squat, like you want to sit into a chair behind you, and you squeeze from that left glute. We're isolating the left glute, keeping the arms up overhead. Now, if that's too much, you can bring your arms down to your chest, but really focus on pushing the hips back, hinging from the hips, and squeezing the glutes to get up. Now let's combo it. You have 1 reach to the left, come back to center, 1 squat. Notice how you're working both your core, your obliques, and your left glute to control through this combo. This one's good, right? We're getting everything at once. I really like this one. Keep breathing, keep controlling, and keep looking for everything to stay exactly the same. We don't lose the concept of any of the movements. Reach your left hand to the floor, lift your right leg up to the ceiling. It's a side crunch. Bring your right elbow to your right knee. Get light on your left hand, so think fingertips on the floor. You're still long through your left hip. Twist, crunch, twist, crunch. Lowering down in 3, 2, and 1. Okay, jumping jack planks, get onto your hands or your elbows. Let's go for it in 3, 2, and 1. Jump both feet out. Now you're stronger than last time because now you know what you're doing. Core is tight, glutes are tight, thighs are tight. Make sure you're breathing. Do not drop down yet. You got this. Keep squeezing your back and your glutes for support. We're gonna drop in 3, in 2, and 1. Drop down. Oblique twist on the left, grab your weight. Let's stand on the right knee, straighten out your left leg to the side, bring your weight up overhead. Remember that we're not letting our right hip lean to the side, we are frozen. Your core is tight, you're long to the ceiling, arms are up. Reach over to the right side of the room with the entire upper part of your body and pull yourself back from your left oblique. Keeping your core engaged, belly button pulled back, long through your right hip, pressing into your right knee, pressing into your left foot. All about the left side of your body pulling you back up like a string attached to the side of your body, just yanking you to the left side of the room. Okay, we're going to get into those squats coming up. Let's stay center and start to sit back like there's a chair behind you. You stabilize through that left foot. You stabilize through pressing into your right knee. You squeeze your right glute, isolate that glute to lift back up. Core is still active, glute is still active. Okay, so very soon we're about to combine those, the oblique reach and the squat, coming up in 3, 2, and 1. Reach over to the right side of the room, pull yourself up from your left oblique, take a seat back, squeeze from your right glute. You're lifting from the left oblique, you're dropping down and lifting back up from your right glute. In about 10, you're gonna take your right arm to the floor, we're gonna lift the left leg up. That's in 3, in 2, and 1. Right arm down, left leg up, left knee goes to the left elbow, and make sure you're keeping that right hip really long by pressing through your right knee. You can have your right toes tucked behind you or you can have them flat, whatever helps you control your body. Pressing hard into your right palm, reaching and crunching, feeling that stretch as you reach and coming back in nice and slow. We're dropping down in 10, you're getting back into jumping jack planks. I know, last time. It's in 3, in 2, and 1. Get down onto your elbows or your palms, whatever feels better for you or what's going to challenge you. Let's jump it out. Exhale every single time you step out. You know it's not going to be for long, so stay with me. If I'm doing it, you're doing it. Stay with me. In 5, we're twisting our hips side to side, over to the right and to the left in 3, 2, and 1. Stay center in your plank. Twist your hips over to the right and to the left. Keep them small. Belly button drilling into your spine, pressing into your forearms. You can also get onto your hands if you need that extra support. In about 10 seconds, we're gonna lay down on our back to the floor, chest looking at the ceiling, and you're gonna grab your weights. Legs are gonna be long to the floor. We're dropping down in 3, in 2, and 1. All right, drop down, lay on your back, legs are long to the floor. We're gonna get into those sit-ups that we started with today, but now these are called an around the world sit-up. So bring your arms back behind you, laying down fully on your back. Reach back behind you as you sit up, lifting from your chest. Bring your arms forward to your toes. And then as you come down one vertebrae at a time, bring your arms out and around, and then bring them back together as you come up. So you're going out and around to go over your head and then lifting. Can you do these quick? You're lifting from your chest to protect your neck. You're exhaling as you lift. Legs are long. If you feel yourself scooting back, just scoot yourself forward and continue going. You have about 20 seconds left. In about 15, we're gonna lay down, and this time, the next time you come up, bring one leg up to the ceiling as you do your sit-up. Weight goes to either side of your leg in 3, 2, and 1. Lay down, lift up, and you're gonna alternate your legs. One after the other, lifting. Exhale as you lift, inhale to drop. A modification you can take is not fully lifting your upper body off the floor, just lifting your arms and your legs to each other. In 10, stay up, and let's start to pulse your knee towards your chest for 5, for 4, for 3, 2, and lower down. Let's get to the other leg. For 5, for 4, for 3, 2, and lower down. Okay, right away, lean back and twist. You're twisting from your belly button, your arms just follow. Every side you go to, you extend your arms to the floor for extra. We're done in like 10 seconds. Keep going for 5, 4, laying down in 3, 2, 2 and lower down with control. Ooh. Okay, if your core didn't feel that, I don't know what to tell you. Bring your right knee into your chest, squeeze it tight, and then straighten out your leg and pull the back of your knee towards you for 3, for 2, and 1. Lower it down. Bring that right knee back into your chest and take your left hand over your knee to twist it to the left side of the room. Look over your right shoulder. Holding here. And now slowly extend that leg out. Let's do the other leg. Left leg coming in, knee into your chest, holding for 3, 2, straighten out, pull it towards you for 3, 2, and lower it down. Bring the left knee back into your chest. Take your right hand over your knee to look over to the left side, over your hand, twisting for 3, 2, and 1. Let's see if we can do a sit-up without using our hands. Come all the way up. And you're gonna reach your hands all the way to your toes for a nice fold over, getting the back of your legs to stretch, your lower back to stretch, trying to take your chest towards your knees, holding onto your toes or the back of your thighs or the back of your shins, whatever you can hold on to, and pull into. And slowly come up halfway to then come back down for the next one a little deeper. Roll yourself up, and we're gonna stand on our knees for a camel pose. So press your hips forward a lot, make the ugliest butt ever, I mean it. Hold on to your left ankle with your left hand and reach your right arm over to the left side of the room. You're looking for a stretch on the right side of your body. Now reach over to the right ankle, left arm over to the right, looking for a stretch on the left. Can you keep that right hand down? Reach over and grab your left ankle. Both hands are on the ankles. Opening up your chest, maybe opening up your mouth to stretch through the throat, the stomach. One hand at a time goes to your lower back. And reach forward, fold over for a child's pose. Beautiful work, y'all. I'll see you next time. Until next time.